For your history final, you will have to read this book on the history of disease and give an oral or written presentation on the history of the very timely and relatable subject of pandemics.
I don't know what any of these words mean.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah, we're totally gonna fail.
Remember, this is your final project. It will make or break your grade.
I guess we'll have to copy someone else's.
And I have a plagiarism checker, so I'll know if anyone cheats.
Darn it, what are we gonna do?
Well, whatever, we'll deal with it later.
Do we still have to do that history final thing?
Yeah.
Isn't it due tomorrow?
Yeah.
We still have to do it though, right?
I just said so. Dang. Oh my gosh, I just had the best idea, Lola.
Huh?
For our history final.
Oh, that's right.
If we're not conscious, we won't have to turn it in.
What do you mean, going into a coma so we can skip the assignment or something? You sure this is gonna work?
Nope, but I've already got everything planned.
Oh, jeez. Where are we?
Oh my gosh, what happened? Is that who I think it is?
Obama?
No, idiot, it's Nelson Mandela.
Like the Mandela effect guy?
Duh.
This is exactly why I was sent here, girls.
To learn about the Mandela effect?
No. I was sent by the AP World Gods, which I am one of, to help you understand historical continuity, patterns throughout history.
But why, Mr. Mandela?
In order to pass your exams, you must understand how to think about history. It is the only way. Also, you guys really need help, in general.
Alright then, show us history then. Our project is about the history of diseases.
I am showing you history. You're in the Middle Ages.
Middle Ages? Like someone in their 50s?
Here, I'll show you. In 1347, a ship came into the Sicilian port of Messina where all the crew were either dead or deadly sick. The disease quickly spread throughout Europe. It is believed that the disease was spread from fleas on rats to the sailors of trade ships. Trade spread the disease to Asia and Africa. People who were generally healthy would get sick. It seemed to spread through mere direct and indirect contact. The plague had led to a massive decrease in Europe's population. The panic caused in populations over this disease was massive. Nobody would see each other or touch each other. Shops would close. Workers would stop working. This led to a decrease in resources and trade in Eurasia during this time. Panic increased, also due to lack of knowledge about the disease. Some cities wouldn't let in ships or merchants until they isolated themselves for 40 days. Socially, many believe this pandemic led to the European Renaissance in the 15th and 16th centuries, after things were less bad. The Black Death also contributed to a lot of technological warfare developments, such as the idea of biological warfare. The Mongols during this time learned to use their resources. Many towns had built walls around them to prevent invasions, but the Mongols figured out a way to kill them from the outside. They would catapult diseased bodies above the walls to spread the disease to the town, being the first ever recorded use of biological warfare. Symptoms of the bubonic plague were very severe. In this time period, there was very little information about diseases and medicine. They had no idea how or why it was spreading. The lack of knowledge led to ideas of scapegoating minority populations, such as the Jewish community during this time. Countless towns would claim that Jewish people poisoned the wells and that their mere existence was the cause of the horrible disease. These ideas are a big part of why anti-Semitism was and is so rampant in Europe. Now, as medical research has progressed, we know more about where the plague truly came from. It existed on fleas. carried by rodents on ships. Symptoms of the plague include high fever and chills, headache, tiredness, muscle aches, and large boils on the skin called buboes. A bubo is a swollen lymph node. They'll appear in the armpits.
You guys, I can't.
Like these?
Oh my god.
Oh boy, this is not good.
I don't feel so well.
Don't worry, girls. I know how to fix this.
What happened?
I think we're in a hospital.
Well, yeah, but how did we get here?
No. The influenza pandemic of 1918, otherwise known as the Spanish flu.
Oh, no hablo español.
Wait, aren't we in Europe?
Yeah, where are the Spanish?
Firstly, girls, Spain is in Europe. Secondly, we're not in Spain.
Then where are the people with the flu?
Because the flu spread everywhere. That's why it was a pandemic. You see, the flu quickly spread throughout the Americas, spreading through military bases. It had symptoms similar to a regular flu, but was a different virus entirely, so humans didn't have an immunity to it already. So it spread very quickly. Cases doubled, then tripled in a matter of weeks. It could kill very quickly, sometimes even the same day symptoms arose. It also made people extremely susceptible to a bacterial infection, particularly the pneumonia. We still don't know exactly where or how it started, but the first outbreak was a military base in Kansas. Flu cases doubled and then tripled in only a few weeks. It was then brought to Africa and Europe on naval ships that were transporting and training soldiers for the war, and then to Asia by railway. The conditions of war helped spread the flu internationally, but the pandemic may have also tipped the war in the Allied powers' favor. It became known as the Spanish flu because Spain was a neutral country in the war and was first to actually report and publish about it. Other countries didn't want to distract from the war. Every country accused another country of starting it, though. It was heavily politicized. In my home country of South Africa, for example, some called it a white man's sickness, while the white colonizers said it came from the black Africans, which they used to discriminate against and dehumanize them. But assigning blame is no substitute for medicine. Tens of millions died in only 2 years. There was no form of antiviral or antibiotic treatment, so random medicine was used with hope of any success. People started wearing face masks in public to avoid contracting and spreading the flu. Transportation between cities was shut down, and many cities closed schools and banned mass gatherings. This in turn affected the economy, as there were less people buying and selling internationally. Whereas most diseases affect the immunocompromised, the flu was killing young people, soldiers, people from ages 20 to 40, as well as babies and elders.
Oh no, now you have it.
It's okay, I'm not 20 yet. I'll be fine.
Yeah, but you could be 20 by the time we get out of here.
Ugh, fine, I'll fix this.
Whoa, we're not dead anymore.
We weren't ever dead. We went back in time, remember, with the Mandela effect guy?
Oh, yeah. Didn't you get the plague?
I think so, but I don't feel sick.
Yeah, I don't either.
Hey, our presentation is tomorrow, and we're not in a coma, so we have to do it.
Dang, well, we can just tell him about the stuff that Nelson showed us.
Okay, Marianne, Lola, it's time for your presentation. Please tell me you actually did it this time.
Of course we did it. We literally went and saw it.
With some help from Nelson.
Who's Nelson? Wait, never mind. Just show us what you have.
So the bubonic plague and the 1918 flu had a lot in common.
Yeah, they both spread through the whole world because of people traveling from across the seas.
The bubonic plague spread through Asia into Europe and Africa from Central Asia through merchant routes, and the 1918 flu spread across the Atlantic by soldiers and ships.
They both spread very quickly, though, and killed within days.
Cities and businesses shut down, leaving a massive effect on the economy.
People were scared of outsiders, so scared that they blamed entire populations for causing the disease, even though most of the time it started from halfway around the world.
And what does that remind you of?
What?
The political effects of global pandemics. Something that has happened to us in the past few years.
Well, Marianne and I went back in time.
No. What's something that happened a few years ago that's similar to the historical processes you're describing?
Whoa. Teacher, that's too many words.
Girls, this is not what I had in mind. Your information is obviously well-sourced and accurate, but it isn't presented in a way that demonstrates historical continuity. These girls will never understand the importance of historical continuity. They shall be punished.